Yeah. So what we are saying, in a simple CMOS inverter you don't have that condition. But assume that you have actually something like this. This is actually something like this. This is your inverter, but this is your enable. I mean, I'm not saying it's the exact circuit where tri-state inverter is being realized. We will talk more and more about that. A simple idea, a rough idea. See, when your enable itself is actually 0, got it? So these two fellows are basically, off. So as if this point is floating, it's an unconnected wire, as simple as. We will talk more about that, in module 5. Okay, about what's called tri-state inverter. Point is, how do you get tri-state? That's what I want to explain. Tri-state is very simple, that you are going to open up the connections. Physically there will be MOSFETs, but when MOSFETs are showing off, that means more than a giga ohm or something, electrically you can say it is actually open. So open means high impedance. That is nothing but tri-state inverter. Exactly, that is what we want to do it. See, when you have, this is let us say keyboard, and this is let us say hex keypad. So these LSB are being shorted here, but as long as this fellow is driving, this should show high impedance. Okay. Then what it means? It is as if like there is a circuit is broken here. Yes. Isn't it? Open circuit, floating. When this is driving, this should actually show high impedance. That is what exactly done. So how usually it is done in microprocessor, microcontroller board design is, usually what we do, we will have something called address decoding logic. Address decoders. These address decoders, probably in your microprocessor course you might have done some interesting problems also with address decoding, working out the address ranges in which the peripherals are connected. Remember? So you will have something called address decoding. So there will be some address for these two peripherals. What happens is, there will be one enabled line for this, and another enabled line for this. So these two will be different enabled lines. Yes. And this fellow will ensure that when this is enabled, this is disabled. Yes. When this is enabled, this will be disabled. That's it. That is how tri-state buffers work. Okay?
It can give to n number of things, right?
Yes. Yes. Now there is no problem. You can actually have not only 2 parallel, 10 parallel things also you can do it. In fact, we do this. And let me tell you, Z is a synthesizable state. Yes. 1, 0 and Z. These are the only synthesizable logics in ASIC or FPGA design. Other logics are not synthesizable. You will have other logics also. Like when you are, for simulation perspective, you can also write X. Yes. Unknown. But there is nothing like unknown in a physical chip. In a physical chip, it will be 1 or 0. For you, it is unknown. So it is not synthesizable. But that is simulatable.
But it shows red color line.
That's what. When you are doing simulation, it shows red color. Red color is, see, you are not driving any value on the bus. But if the bus is allowed to have some value, by power on, some value will be there on it. So this is not synthesizable, but these are 3 only synthesizable. This is synthesizable, most important point.
What does value come over at Z, sir?
Nothing, that's what high impedance.
Okay.
See, let us say
it's an open circuit.
It's an open wire. So that if such multiple open wires are connected, any one of them will be able to become driver, remaining all will be open circuit. That's all. You got it? So this is what simple interpretation of it. When multiple, this is you can think it is as actually tri-state buffer. We will see its CMOS equivalent and all in our module 5. Okay. So enable and all. We will see in such a way that when one is enabled, other is disabled. So practically it is something like this. I mean electrical equivalent circuit wise it is something like this. Okay. Control signals. Yeah, this is what the purpose. So there are other control signals also. Usually this enables whatever I have shown now. Chip select is a usual name that we use. But sometimes you can also have a combination of chip selects, write enable, read enable and all. Because sometimes what you want to do is you want ROM to become disabled for writing but enabled for reading. You understand? So in that case, chip select you will choose, but write enable you will actually disable. I mean, whether what 1 or 0 let us not say, because when the write enable is represented as like this, it means active low. Giving 0 is nothing but enabling. So I am using only word enable disable. Okay, so you will have a combination of these control signals. When we take some case studies, you will be able to understand more about that. Okay, fine.